Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we started off a new story with patch 7.3. We were trying to dig our investigation into Calyx a little bit. More problems occurred. Our buddy Geode sacrificed himself for the greater good, gave us some bit of information, but was ultimately killed and turned to dust. We grieved his loss. And now we have more determination to bring Calyx to justice. So let's do it. This time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it'll aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Qual for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first. Oh shit. Cecil, is that you? Apologize for calling suddenly. I've been making the rounds in the outskirts and I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. Why don't I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. Can't wait until you finish. It can wait until you finish attending Shale, of course. Seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on, I've got others to speak with before I return to the back room. Where am I going? I'm assuming there. Alright. Alright. Cecila, thank you for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. What's up? Perhaps it's my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering this current state of affairs. As I'm yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what they think? Though I hope to be proven wrong. I fear something is wrong. Something is not right here. I mean, you got the. I mean, do you hear the music that's playing? Every time this music plays, nothing is ever good. You're not running a regulator? Don't you know this? The end is coming. Well, it's your lot to lose. Me? I got myself one of those Neo regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing the number of registered users. Right now, it's sitting at 4,186 or 68. The upper limit is 5,000, right? Wasn't it? Since the total shot up right after those machines malfunctioned. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who aren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Alright, sure, man. Whatever floats your boat. I don't need no fucking regulator. And it's raining. It fits the atmosphere that's going on right now. Oh, please tell me you brought me more Neo regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out, but I've heard rumors there are a few left over. Sure, the government still has some. Or perhaps Queen Sven? I may not look it, but I was a hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave death a second thought, but now that I know the truth, that's all I can think about it. There has to be a hold on. There has to. Oh boy. Hey man, what's your deal? Greetings! Remember me visit the Queen Sven. Come and check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are really stressful here as well. Without knowing if or when our machinery might turn murderous, the specter of death is ever present. People are terrified, and the clamor of neo-regulars have reached a fever pitch. I, personally, am fortunate to have claimed a new device early on, and long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. The darkness crawls closer and grows deeper, and we must cast it out. Alright. Alright. So what do you think? Was I right to worry? Tensions are running high. Fear is palpable. Yes, that did exactly. People are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long till it drives them into a full-blown panic? Sessa, can you come to resolution? We have a problem. I'm already here at Lamadia and Alphino. Sounds like she wants us there in a hurry. We should go. What the fuck's that?
Minna, 何があったの? 呼び出して悪いわね。ちょっとあれを見てほしいのよ。
死は常にあなたの傍らにいます。勤勉に働いていても報われないまま死ぬかもしれない。明日成し遂げられる偉業があっても今夜のうちに死ぬかもしれない。平穏と幸福に満ちているものでさえ次の瞬間には死んでしまうかもしれないのです。肉体は脆弱です。あなたの心臓や脳、あらゆる臓物は毎秒ごとにダイスを振って停止と続行を選んでいる。この瞬間に健在であることも良いことも正しいことも何一つとして加味されはしません。理不尽な選択です。恐ろしい結末です。それがまさしく死というものです。
ゴッサン殿との会合を終えたら流れていたんだ。おそらくはこれも。
火力数。
あなたの恐れを恥じる必要はありません。それこそが死を克服せんとする原動力となるのです。人類を次の形に進めましょう。人類にプリザベーションをもたらしましょう。さあ、祈り、願い、渇望してください。私たちは永遠人になるのだと。
Why are they giving the side eye?
死という終わりなき闇に進化によって打ち勝つのだと。
そうだとも。変わること、そのための最初の一歩は怖いかもしれない。でもきっとこれは正しい進化だ。俺は乗るぞ。利用登録をする。
ウクラマト様、ちょうどいいところに来てくれました。俺たちをトライオラに移住させてくれませんか？
この国にいたら命がいくらあっても足りません。機械兵や機械がいつ暴走するかもわからないし、永遠人になろうにも黒いレギュレーターが手に入らないんじゃ逃げるしかありませんよね。
ここを出て行って解決するなら誰だってそうしてたさ。だが放送でも言ってただろう。生きている限り死はつきまとってくる。どんな場所に行っても誰と暮らしていても克服の機会はもう二度と訪れない。
お前、自分は黒いレギュレーターを持ってるからって。
今トラル幽連隊がこっちに向かっていて、みんなが安全に避難できるように手はずを整えてる。トライオラは 全面的に支援する。だから落ち着いてくれ。頼む。
アレクサンドリアを、みんなを助けたい。私に何ができる？他の誰でもない今の私に。
Fucking Calyx just stirring the pot even more. Calyx has access to the core system, which means that if he chose to do so, he could deploy soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond its reach. Yet, if it still serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Lukama, please let them shelter in the Thule. We will welcome any and all who want to come. Ah, shit. And in which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense, and we must prepare for any possible violence. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'll be ready to remove it at a moment's notice. Surely we can find a clue of some kind, soon. He can't lose forever. Voice violence and fear. This is not the future she envisioned for her nation. Tuli would gladly welcome every last Alexander with open arms. But what of the nation of the late queen was so desperate to preserve? What of that bright haven of peace and laughter? Look, Lama. I won't stand here and let her legacy be sullied any further. I will protect Alexandria. That was the promise I made her at the last. But she betrayed you, did she not? Why do you feel this obligation? Myself and her, I suppose. We both felt the people's joys out of our own, yet alone, we lacked the strength to protect them. There is so much that I love in this world. Too much for me to take in my arms to keep safe. And that made me afraid. I needed someone who shared that love and fear, so together we could do what we couldn't do by ourselves. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe I just wanted to, we could have just been friends. So when she turned to me in her final hour, desperate to safeguard Alexandra's future, I swore that I would see it done. In the end, I think you both found the friend you needed. I would be yours as well, Sven. Whenever you fall or struggle to rise, I'll come running to rescue. And you do the same for me. That's how we'll protect the things we love. That's how we'll protect Alexandria. You're right. You're right. Don't forget about me. I'll play a part in this too, you know. How could we? We could not be here where we are now without you. I mean, that's true in so many levels. Alright, we got a bit sidetracked there. We should probably be on our way. Do we patrol or see if Shale needs a hand? There you all are! Glalja! Ah, splendid. We were afraid we'd miss you. Alize and the others said you were here. Good news, Cessa. We finally found a chink in Calyx's armor. We discovered laboratories on the Everkeep's 10th level that once housed a preservation initiative. Containment Complex 1029 it's called, and it's been falsely registered as a distribution center. In reality, it hasn't recorded any traffic in decades. We don't think this is where Calyx is hiding as such, but it may well contain clues that will point us in the right direction. Sorry it took so long to just get this far. If you're interested, what do you say we all go and check it out together? Thank you for your hard work. This is a huge step forward. And up. We need to take the lift to get to the complex. I cleared this expedition with the relevant authorities, and we had one of our people waiting at the top Margaret's said lift. Let's not keep her waiting. This is obviously not the dungeon because we didn't get the dungeon. We didn't get that little picture in the quest description. So obviously this is not the dungeon. Plus, it's too close to another dungeon already, so... Alright. Oh, I need to go over there. Ready to head on up? Next stop, the 10th level. Let's go!
ここがプリザベーションの研究室の一つ。
暗くてよく見えねえな。ちょっと待ってくださいね。回路にエネルギーを通してと。
着いた。さすがに空気がよどんでいるわね。もう長い間使われていないようだから。
ここを見つけられたのはクルルさんとグルージャのおかげなんですよ。
私の耳飾りに黄金鏡の扉の制御コードが記録されていたでしょ。あの扉がプリザベーションの組み上げたものなら、当然それを操るコードにも彼らの痕跡があると考えたの。
実際九段のコードを丹念に調べてみたら、製造者を示す記述が残っていました。それと同じ記述を制御コードに含んでいる扉がないか、エバーキープ中の扉という扉にアクセスして調べたんですよ。そして調査開始から1860個目にして、ようやくこの放棄された施設に行き着いたというわけです。グルージャが手を貸してくれて助かりました。
シェールってば、僕が休んでる間もずっと調べてたんだよ。
You're a treasure shale.
僕にできることなんてこのくらいですから。でも今はその言葉が染みますよ。ともかく僕たちだけでできるのはここまで。ここからは皆さんのご協力が必要なんです。
手分けして探してほしいものがあるの。うまくいけばカリュクスの潜伏先を突き止められるはずよ。もちろん協力するよ。でも私たちがここに来たことってカリュクスに感づかれないのかな。
可能性は高いでしょうね。望むところですよ。
Alright. About to explore around. Oh. You all know our main objective. We're here to pick up Calix's trail. And I've learned of a certain device that should help us do that. I'll explain how we proceed, but according to the information I was able to dredge out, the device in question should have been installed in the director's office. Now, as where that might be... Yes, this map matches my data. This room we're in is the Researcher's Commons, located on the western side of the complex. The director's office is in the northeast of here. So we should cut across the circular chamber in the middle, yes? Yes, we should, but... Unfortunately for us, the interior door is locked. We'll need a security key with the appropriate clearance to open it. Judging by the mechanism, it'll probably be a card of some kind. Can't you, you know, work some electro magic? I'll try my best, but this type of lock is well before my time. It may take a while to crack it. And in case I can't, you might want to look around. I can't take my hand away from the fucking touchpad! Fucking touchpad. I expect we'll have some more looking through research to get their personal belongings. Begin searching the convent. Close cooperation will need to be necessary to overcome obstacles in the fight. Helpful hints will appear in a different color. Pay close attention to the information provided by your comrades. Okay. Alright. How about here? A little note. The drawer. You discovered the card was marked as level 1. Oh, could that be what we're looking for? Try on the door and see if it opens. Scan my card. Nice! It opened! You did it, Cecila! And the good thing, too. I was getting nowhere with that outdated circuit. I'm curious, though. Why would they abandon a facility like this? It was run by a director, Demetrius, or so that term there told me. Perhaps there are more answers to be had once we venture inside. Let's continue onwards. The director's office. Ah, shit. I gotta stay away from the touchpad! I keep saying that! And I don't. I don't listen to my own advice. Denied. No good? Maybe we need a different card. The scanner is demanding a level 3 security clearance to open the lock. As much as the delayed chat chafes me, we'll have to comb through the nearby rooms and hope and stumble upon the card we need. Let's start searching the proto lab. The door is already open, at least. We'll find a way through together, Shale. I'm sure of it. Alright. This room, the way this room is set up. A cancer inserted into that large device looks to be a soul cell. Could this be where they conduct their experiments? Ah, but we could probably spend days investigating this complex. Finding a way to the director's office must take precedence. Speaking of which, Glazja mentioned a locker in the corner that he couldn't open. Okay. Where's he at? Combination lock. Dug the data, I'll read it to you. Experiments, result 150, experiment 158, okay. We'll preserve the historic number along with the remaining, preserve the number? What do you guys say? But this means, that means the check-down counts are closed, but I'm itching to get my hands on them. What you said? Experiment 148, submitted in for 210-203-8930 to be considered for efficiency procedure. 158, maximum 11.509, recorded comparative, okay. One more, data 163, proposal 19834. So many fucking numbers! Sven, what are you not? Cryo? What do you have? Blah, maintenance the correct master calculus of philosophy and is the refined ideal of notions. Got it. Wonderful. Joy. Fantastic. Blah. Don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I can't be skipped. Rip. I regret the number. Speaking of your numerical hints, I don't understand! Speaking with my comrades might yield some numerical hints. What the fuck am I supposed to figure that out? Results of experiments showed for the mark improvement in ether, at least we use machine man. Although I will become endless, I will preserve the historic number along my. Okay. Oh wait a minute, wasn't there a Wuklama? What was that number you said about 158? Nah, shit, I skimmed over it. That's only a 5-digit number though. Uh, 11509. I was three numbers off. 11509. Let's try that one. Hey. Give me that card. Nice. Chat. And then we found another security card. But does it say level 2? We needed level 3, didn't we? Yes, it should still open more doors for us to explore. You did well, Cecila. These preservation members led such surprisingly normal lives. Leaving notes, losing their cards. Guess I imagined them to be more, what's the word? Bloodless? Mechanical? My parents were once part of preservation, if you recall. It would seem the researchers who agreed with the Calyx and this philosophy underwent the conversion to endless entities. But I assume those who could not, or would not, will eventually left the organization altogether. Oh, I almost forgot. The researchers kept journals in their data tablets. The one I read doesn't explain much, but something big happened in the complex, and afterwards it was decided that everyone would become endless. Raya was really happy about this. You could tell how much they admired Calyx and his work. Interested in it after that, but maybe we can read more in the other tablet there. Right, let's move this investigation into another room. Well, we have the Dutaru. What the fuck word is that? The D-Lab. I'm gonna go with the D-Lab. Which will hopefully yield more before our new security card. I'll take the old one if you like. I doubt we'll be having more use for it. The D-Lab. Alright. Yes, it opened. So we should go first, the D lab or the facilities? Let's start with the lab. Shale, this room doesn't have any power here. No, none at all. It's possible the energy supply for this room is on a separate conduit, which means there should be a contingency for opening the door. Look here, there's a sign above the card reader. In case of emergency, the backup door can be rerouted from facilities. The facilities room is down the other branch of this corridor. Let's see about getting that card restored to the D-Lab, shall we? Alright, what do we got? Engaging power supply. Ah, shit. According to the error code reference, the power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time, and we need to reconfigure both the emergency generator and the circuit control panels. Shale? That's the emergency generator there, isn't it? Yes, but the looks of it, it's the same model as the one used in Heritage Found. But how does it send power to the other lab? Ah, I see. The energy cable attached to the base of this terminal leads down the hall and directly to the D-Lab. Which means we need to find a way to connect the generator to that cable. What about the panels on the floor? Could this be the circuit we need to reconfigure? I believe we have the right of it. Using the control panel set to each tile, we can create an unbroken path for the power to flow. Well, I wouldn't give for an instruction manual. Indeed, if you look around for any written procedures, I'll keep digging through the terminal's directories. Might I also ask someone to operate the generator? I can do it. I've used that type of machine before. And would you be willing to reconfigure the circuit path, Cecila? The rest of us can help by supplying Cecil with whatever information might be found on the circuitry configuration. Right. Okay, what did you find? I think it was diagram. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the top. That's the at the top. There's a note on the bottom left. Back, compare the 4 circuit panels to provide in the path. These symbols must represent the room we're in. At the top, square the top left, the Shale's terminal, and the bottom right should be the generator with the glow. Okay, never mind. I got them confused then. It's hard to make out the rest. Soon there are 4 tile patterns. The bottom right is a square. The top right is a half circle. There's something. That's something to get you started at least. All right. Well, Sven, what do you got? Cautious will not function with duplicate patterns. All right. Okay. Let's arrange file and access the control to configure the circuitry. Let me see here. So square, half circle. I think that's the diamond up there, right? What do you think? Okay, well, I guess I'm on my own. So square. Oh, okay, I get it. Circle. This looked like the diamonds. There we go. I'm so smart! Worked! We did it, Cecila! The D lab should now be fully powered. Well done, everyone. Shell, could we access a certain data log before moving on? I was checking the storage shelves and one of them labels caught my eye. Preservation, the early days is the title. Of course, it'll only take a moment to bring up the contents. It looks to be a text-based account. I'll read it out. Preservation, an Alexandria Institute for Technological Development was founded by Calyx, an 11-year-old child prodigy. Approval for establishing the organization came under Alexandria's involvement in the storm surge. Calyx's designs for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As the conflict grew in intensity and casualties mounted, Calyx funneled preservation's resources towards perfection of memory storage. Research into this field continued even after the storm surge came to an end, with Calyx eventually electing to preserve his own memories in a virtual domain. So this account is from before he embraced his endless existence, hundreds of years ago. I met him only once before the storm surge began. I was attending to my father, who was then the reigning king of Alexandria. Calyx could have been more than 10 years old and required constant treatment for debilitating illness. Yet he still published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Lies should not be lost to the injustice of death. Even now I can hear their single-mindedness behind his words. So it was then when the war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to the somber youth and his proposals for preservation. Several years later, this ensuing violence brought the death of both my parents. Overwhelmed as I was by my sudden succession to the throne, I suspect that spared me the reports on endless research on other less urgent matters. So he had no way of knowing what kind of person Calyx was. Ah, shit! Stay away from the touchpad! Perhaps he did change, but he's still driven by the same deeply held beliefs, that mortality is cruel and unjust, and his role is to deliver mankind from this fate. Whatever the case may be, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's press on, shall we? I agree. If I've done my job correctly, the door to the D-Lab should be accessible now. I'll give everything a once over once just to be sure. Alright. Yep, didn't mean that. The energy current seems stable enough. Still, you should let me handle this. Security card, if you please. Oh, and a quick prayer that a shorted wire doesn't burn me from the inside out. Alright. Open the door! Phew, smooth as silk. Lieutenant inside to see what awaits. Gods above, isn't that... What is it? Oh, great. Key to element fusion? That looks to be a schematic on the monitor. And they use it to make another key. Isn't it missing the shard inside just like the one Cecil has? Ah, we may have been laboring under misconception. The key was originally a Milala relic. Once this treasure came to its possession, preservation began working to harness the power to cross dimensions. Aside from the crystal, we can see that all the vessel's components were constructed here. So what might that tell us? The crystal itself is the key. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. It's as my parents explained. The key remains shrouded in mystery. Preservation augmented it with electro, but never grasped the technology's underlying principles. To this day, not a single person understands the mechanics of interdimensional fusion. Not who imbued the key with its power, not when they did so, nor why. Now that makes sense. Oh shit. But I believe there's much we can learn from this room. On our next visit, I will have to enlist Y'shtola's assistance for a thorough investigation. I too am curious about a great many things, but pinning down Calix's whereabouts is our priority. Hopefully there is a security card here that grants access to the director's office. The research conducted in the lab appears to have been highly confidential in nature. Some of the personnel must have belonged to the organization's upper echelons, and that means higher security clearance. We should spread out and look for any cards that left behind. Remember, anything less than level 3 is no good to us. Alright. What do we have in here? No security cards. Hey, that was easy. Oh, you just find a security card? Well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's have Shell examine it to be sure. Well, if it is exactly what we needed. Nice work, Cecil. That was easy. You guys didn't think to check the drawer? Oh, level 3! That should get us into the director's office. So what was it you were hoping to find in there again, Shale? You were saying that a certain device was going to help us. Right, I haven't properly explained myself, have I? I'm looking for a data relay. After we discovered this ostensibly abandoned complex, I performed a cursory investigation which detected a connection to an outside network. Well, when I traced the data's routing, I confirmed traffic from a web of Evercube's security cameras. Considering the way Calix is always one step ahead of us, we must assume he's quietly seized control of the city's surveillance system and has been using it to monitor our activities. To monitor what you, as a key holder, are planning. But since Calix is the ultimate recipient of those transmissions, the flow of data is just like a river we can fall back to him. And you can pinpoint Calix's position. That said, he has done nothing but to impede our progress, which makes you think I might be on an entirely wrong track. Maybe the reason he's stopping us is because he can't. Back in the old castle, Calix said he was measuring Cecil's strength. What can you possibly dream of that's stronger than her? Oh, speaking of cameras, there was one other thing I meant to mention. I found evidence that someone deliberately disabled the surveillance camera feed in this room. The most recent recording was also crudely deleted. I was able to restore the data, though, if you'd like to see it. I'll start the show, then. Alright, what do we got?
ええ、永遠の生というものが怖くなってしまって。私はまだこれまでの常識を捨てきれずにいるんだわ。生命は死によって自らの種を淘汰し最適化してきた。進化を望んだからこそ死ぬのよ。それを止めてしまった先に本当に人類
Oh no, he's got like the hentai protagonist hair and everything.
私たちのやっていることは
その発言はカリクス様を否定することになる。
そうね。彼と同じ視点を持つことができたらこんな不安も抱かずにいられたかもしれない。でも無理よ。私は彼じゃない。何もかもが違いすぎる。非凡な才能を持っていることも、なのに病のせいで成人まで生きられないと言われていたことも、全ての無駄を切り詰めて研究に没頭していることも。彼が苦境でも負けずに努力して死を超越する手段を勝ち得た点はもちろん尊敬しているわ。けれどその生への執着が正しいものだって確信で。あなただって。
Oh, got shot. You couldn't be trusted. You have that hentai protagonist hairdo and everything. She only wanted to leave and he executed her. I checked the images against the personal data, and that man who pulled the trigger was Director Demetrius himself. Everything I could find on him pointed to a deep infatuation with Master Calix. Cameras in this room have been out of operation ever since that incident. Given that recording was erased, I can only assume he was trying to conceal his grisly deed from the other researchers. I'm not surprised, given how my parents described their defection from the Institute. They spoke of rushing me through a portal even as preservation's agents closed in on them. I dared not ask what became of them after that, but if it turns out that they were captured by the pursuers... Should they manage to escape? I want to believe they did, and even if they didn't, I hope they at least enjoyed what time they had as endless. Oh, Cryle. Or not, Sven. Thanks to the hate of living memory, I was at least able to meet my parents and learn what they stood for. It is enough for me to carry on. And even now, we don't know how the conflict unfolded between your parents and preservation. What we do know is that your mother and father cleverly expunged every last trace of their movements. They made sure no one could cross into the source and threaten their child's safety. Right. Let's press on, shall we? This tale behind the key deserves a fitting conclusion. The director's office. Man, I knew that guy was bad news. I mean, did you see his hairstyle? Anyone with a hairstyle like that, you know it's bad news. Alright. Let's go inside. And now to find that data relay. Don't be shy, everyone. Speak up if anything odd catches your eye. So come with me. I might have need of that security card. That security card. Damn, this terminals are connected to any outside network, so it can't be the data relay I'm looking for. The office's voice is also smaller than the map suggested. Positive we're in the right room, but what am I missing? Sorry, so could I ask you in the others to search the office for any clues of this infuriating puzzle? About the table. Well, that was easy. Closet locker stands next to the table. Examine the tablet. Daily reports. No, the mystery of the key's activation condition remains unsolved. The key triggered an explosion today. Temporary interdimensional portal verified. Continued attempts to stabilize the core's energy reactions. 13 researchers sustained fatal injuries in the explosion. Memory facilities are 4 personnel sufficiently intact for endless conversion. And the remaining 9 designated for ether reclamation processing. Rejected resignations of 2 Malala researchers. Major incident, details in full report. Those 2 inept Malala broke from preservation and absconded with the key. Though a few of the fugitives have since been caught and eliminated, we were too late to recover the art of the relic. The only reason we retained our flesh was to serve Master Calyx as a physical instrument to conduct its experiments. Deprived of the object of our research, our existence serves no further purpose. I do not imagine the depths of disappointment in me. The complex is to be shut down. All personnel will have their bodies reduced to ether, which will be allocated for further experimentation. Memory data will be archived. Any endless conversions will be subject to Master Calyx's discretion. If he does not deem us fit, then we are not deserving of eternal life. Ugh. Well, that answers the question of Kryle's parents. They died. All personnel have undergone processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been completed, I will proceed with my own corporeal dissolution. As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition. Whether it be needed for experiments otherwise, it must be ready to support future operations in whatever capacity Master Calyx requires. To that end, facility equipment will be maintained in stasis mode. Furthermore, a critical component for secure room access will be stored separately to defend against unauthorized entry. Alright. What about here? It appears to be empty. We find a crumpled note wedged between the files. Secure room lift access requires 2 passwords to be input simultaneously in terminals in the Proto Lab, D Lab, and Director's office. Alright. Interesting. Is that a coffee maker? A fancy coffee maker. Open the locker. Oh god. I like how the music disappears and doesn't think of how he quietly shut the locker. Oh god, the guy's obsessed with him. Jesus Christ. Oh lord, have you found something? Sure, I sure have. Don't open that locker though, you'll have nightmares. Misplaced note, was it? The instructions for accessing a secure room, no less. Seems you need to enter a password on 3 different terminals at the same time. Oops. There was no such room marked on the map, was there? No. A precautionary measure, no doubt, and if passwords are involved. Ah, shit. I gotta stay away from this fucking touchpad, dude. Concealed. Could be that wall. I thought it seemed odd when I walked past. Looks the same to me. Remember what Cassius used to say, Shale? Never trust an electrope surface? Electrope isn't always what it appears to be. Of course, electrope is how you alter the look of all solution designs, floors, and walls, isn't it? In which case, it shouldn't be too hard to disable. Another door! I managed to deactivate the projection, but the lock is another story. Did the note lay out password protocol? I say we go and try it. I agree. 2 people should prepare the lab terminals and for input while the rest of us look for the passwords here in the office. I'll take the proto lab. And I'll take the D lab. Actually, it might be better if you stayed, Sven. Your knowledge of Alexandria and its people could be needed here. Yes, you're right. If the passwords are hiding behind clues, then that may be something I can help with. I can help too. I've lived my whole life in Alexandria after all. I'll take D-Lab duty then. We can keep in touch via communicator to match our timing. Sounds like you have the honor of entering the office password. Once you've determined what we need to input, take your place at this terminal. I'll stand by to guide Wook Lamont and Cryo through the process. You know, there is a display over there. The one with gems. I thought it was since it made of electro, but it might have some other purpose. But I couldn't find any switches or buttons to make it do anything. Maybe you can figure it out. I see a sapphire and I see a ruby. Oh, it's a garnet. Excuse me. Sapphire and a garnet. It appears to be an empty silo. Boo, boo. I think I already did this, right? I've already read all that. Let's take a look at these reports. One of them might have the hints of the password. Kept seeing the drawers with the books and found a cube puzzle made of electro. It's probably just a toy, but maybe... You got it! Let's see, if we move this a bit, and then connect the circuit to that one. There! Huh? There's something inside. Oh, it's a green stone. I think it might be Alexandrite. They say these gems are so treasured in the past, they named the kingdom after them. Here, you should hold on to this one just in case. I should. Alright. Slot it in. Gemstones fit snugly into place while almost immediately afterwards the glowing ring lines diagram appeared to display accompanied by a short phrase. Floor plan? As you continue to send the display, you realize that these shapes correspond to shape. Okay. Sapphire, the Proto Lab. This is the director's office. That's the D Lab. No. Yes, I knew that jewel had come in handy. Let me see. Heed the stones. This must be special meanings Alexandria had for gems. It's an old belief, I think, where each type of gem means something different. I bet you ask Fanny, you can tell us more about it. After all, even her name comes out from a gemstone. Okay. Yes, if you have any questions, you need only ask. Well, I was taught that Alexandrite represents the conception of protection. It is, incidentally, the origin of Alexandria's name. Oh, I think this has something to do with the passwords. A sapphire and a garnet as well, you say? Yes, they all have meanings. Alexandria has protection, sapphire represents honesty, and garnet symbolizes devotion. Let's try to use these words in the terminals and see if they're accepted. I certainly hope we're right. Alright. We're all set to go here. Look Ma, Cryo, just waiting on their passwords. Start with Look Ma and Protolab. What should her enter? Shit. Protolab was the one up north, right? Probably. Ah, shit. God damn it. Sapphire and okay, yeah. Sapphire is wait, what? Sapphire is honestly Garnet's devotion. Got it. Sapphire. Honesty. Devotion. Alexander, or, protection. That secure room is the only place where you hit search. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, time to board the lift and see what awaits us. Cutscene.
特別な端末には見えねえな。これが探してたやつなのか？
ええ、うまくいけばですけどね。
トワビトって記憶から構成されているでしょ？けれど記憶自体は言ってしまえば情報に過ぎない、実体がないっていう意味でね。いわば情報体である彼らが現実世界に干渉するには2つの方法しかないわ。一つがリビングメモリーで出会ったトワビトたちのように生命エーテルで仮初めの肉体を作るという方法。見えて触れられる幽霊みたいな状態ね。そしてもう一つがカフキワさんのように機械を遠隔操作する方法だけど、実体化していないとき彼らはどこにいると思う？トワビトは記憶、記憶は情報。そう、きっとエレクトロープ製の機械の中に情報で作られた記憶の幻想世界があるんじゃないかしら。私たちは実際それを目にしているしね。エターナルクイーンにたどり着くまでの記憶の中のアレクサンドリアか。じゃあその記憶の幻想世界がメインターミナルの中に構築されてるってこと？けどよ、リビングメモリーのターミナルは私らがシャットダウンしたはずだよな。
ええ、間違いありません。カフキワさんが用意したハッキングプログラムは想定通りの結果をもたらしました。メインターミナルはシャットダウンされ、その証拠にスペーンの体を低温保存していた装置も機能を停止していたわけです。ただ相手はエレクトロープ技術の天才。彼なら自分の記憶が保存された領域を密かに守ることも不可能ではないでしょう。メインターミナル内に記憶の幻想世界が存在し、カリュクスもそこにいるとして、一方でこの街は今原初世界側にあるでしょ。なら二つの世界をつないでいる黄金鏡の扉を閉じてしまえばカリュクスの干渉を防げるんじゃないかとも考えたのだけれど。リビングメモリーを調査した時に試してみましたが、 管理者権限でロックがかかっていたんですよ。あの時は戦王が設定したものと思っていたのですが。
カリュクスが手を回してたかもしれねえってことか。
うん、やはり間違いないですね。今もキープ中の監視映像が機関システムから収集されてどこかへ送られているようです。それもあなたが映っている映像ばかり。おそらく鍵の持ち主を追跡しているのでしょう。
時間だ。とんだ無駄足になったね。
This bitch! I'm coming for you, asshole!
監視映像の送り先を特定して俺の居場所を割り出したかったんだろうけど、その人お前の力を測り、それを倒すに足る戦力を用意する。なかなか手間のかかる仕事だったが、ついに完了だ。来なよ。メインターミナルの上部区画に俺の記憶を収めたエレクトロープの装置がある。それを壊せばお前たちの勝ちだ。俺はあの手この手で迎撃して鍵の奪還を狙うとしよ
う。その誘いに乗らなかったら。
待つだけだ。粛々と国民の永遠人化を進めながら。お前たちが時間を無駄に費やさず賢い選択をすることを願っているよ。
おい、一つだけ私の質問にも答えろ。お前は戦王に永遠人のスフェーンに無理難題を課して追い詰められたあいつが鍵を使うように仕組んだ。そこまでやれるならあいつの計画が破られた瞬間、鍵がこっちの手に渡る前に回収することだってできたんじゃねえか。
痛いところをつく。あればかりは誤算だったと言わざるを得ない。消える間際に再構築された永遠人としてのスフェーンの心。メインターミナルの制御機構と一体化していた彼女はあの瞬間あの場所でだけ俺をもしのぐ権限を有していた。そして守りおおせたのさ。国の未来を託した隣国の王と鍵を託した英雄を。
I remember that.
俺の存在をどこまで認識していたかは定かじゃない。が、覗き見には気づいていたというところだろう。これで満足？
ああ、お前にはもうこの国の大事なものを渡さねえ。命も未来もスフェーンが愛した笑顔も何一つとしてな。勝手を言って悪い。 けど私はカリクスと決着をつけることを迷わねえ。あいつが思い描いている未来がどんなに上出来でも、そのための犠牲を厭わなかった奴は必ずまた誰かを泣かせる。私はそれを止めてえんだ。
Not with you all the way. What's wrong if he thinks he's taking our measure?
Sa, この私が言うべきことじゃないって、それはもちろん分かってるんだけど、でもありがとう二人とも。託したのが君たちでよかったって。もう一人の私に代わって伝えさせて。
Hey, yo. Oh. Phew, that was an adventure. It may not be been the method Shell was hoping for, but at least now we know where to find Calix and what we need to do next. Indeed. While I'm curious about Preservation's research into the key, this is an investigation for another day. Then let's head straight to the back room. We should get everyone on the same page before we make our move. Oh, how nice to take me straight there. Appreciate it. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. Damn, that bastard Calix, he waited until I was this close to snatching away my moment of triumph. And that ferreting, condescending way he spoke to us. Let's see whose time is up, you smug little weasel. Anyway, I know things didn't go to plan, but we learned a great deal about the preservation. That knowledge can come in handy in the days to come. Though I may not be able to contribute much to the direct competition, I mean to see this through to you all, providing whatever support I can. Alright. Which means I'm gonna wrap it up here. Cause looks like we got our patch dungeon, then the trial soon afterwards. So we'll do that next time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Later.